sad. It's another prime example of, how can a lot of these men out here raise men when they can't even comprehend everything it means to. No, I don't want to say that, because they're men, but everything that it means to be a adult and what it means, the responsibility that they have. You ain't got to do nothing, but if you're looking to make a change and make a change on the minds of the youth, I don't know how much of that really is in the priority list for Boosie or Gucci, man. But a lot of these cats out here that want to make that change. It's things like this, man, that set the precedent, make the example. NBA Youngboy, he's been lashing out. The dude has some mental problems. He said, a couple years ago, I think he talked about, suicide. He talked about, he was going to be dead by the end of the year and all of that. It didn't come to pass, but, just from his mannerisms, the way he snaps out and everything, who knows what it stems from. Maybe it's, stuff like drug use. That shit contributes to it. You got to get cats off of, normalizing that shit. But, who knows what it be. He's been ingrained in a lot of street shit, too. And so that takes its toll, losing homies, the paranoia, looking over your shoulder. They play, a lot of cats play this tough, stoic role, but, they're human like anybody else. They're human like anybody else, man. And and I'm not saying this is what it is with him, just saying what it is with a lot of people. So he's been snapping out at a lot of folks. He says the industry's against him. He's not fooling with a lot of cats. He's been having his back and forth with Lil Durk for, clear reasons. Of course, the whole Quando Rondo, which is his partner, the whole Quando Rondo and King Von situation. King Von, which is Lil Durk's partner, which was Lil Durk's partner. And so, a lot of, sides have been taken in that. But, even with that, even if the people who ain't taking sides, but people who are doing music with, Durk's side and everything like that, still fooling with him, NBA Youngboy, he's taking it to heart. He's throwing disses at them or whatnot. But, a lot of it, I don't know if that's everybody, but, he's been dissing pretty much everybody, a whole bunch of folks, people he was cool with. But, the main thing I'm focusing on is, Boosie and Gucci Mane. Boosie and Gucci Mane, I think Gucci released a whole diss track at Youngboy, and I think Boosie had a couple lines for Youngboy that didn't mention him by name, but people doing the deciphering out here, and they think it's alluding to NBA Youngboy. Now he spoke about it on live and said he was pissed and he was hurt by it. It was a little bit more mature response outside of throwing shots at him and talking about how I'm not the one to fuck with and stuff like that. Only reason I say that, you got to stand your ground in situations, and it's, of course we know how Gucci gets down. Gucci went to the versus battle, agreed to have something to where him and Jeezy come together, and he gets to mentioning dead homies, and he's still doing it, talking about this partner that he killed, which Jeezy wants to atone for. Now at some point, you can't tell people how to cope with stuff, but if y'all supposed to be coming together, you got to be able to put that stuff behind you as an example for the youth. But as you've seen, most people, a lot of the cats, even a lot of the dummies who are around my age and his age and stuff like that, a lot of the grown-ass adults that still haven't grown up, they were sitting up there talking about, oh, go Gucci got him with that, or oh, he punked Jeezy, not understanding what it is, what growth is. these niggas out here, they think Jeezy's supposed to get back in the streets and start having shootouts with Gucci because of some fucking words that Gucci said. Like I always said, your only obligation in this world is to take care of your family, protect yourself or whatnot. All that other shit and shooting and fighting over what he said or what somebody said, and somebody called you a name or talked about something that disrespected you, man, fuck all that. You gotta have thicker skin than that. Let nobody throw you off your square. So you had a lot of these dummies that, you know, thought that was some A1 shit that Gucci did. Dumb shit. And Gucci's made a lot of strides and growth in his career. But, you know, niggas are so dumb when they saw that and saw he was, you know, healthier and, you know, he was healthier, making, you know, expanding his music, you know, stuff like that. Just, you know, overall growth. These dumbasses start calling him a clone. So, you know, Gucci's still gonna cater to that dumb fan base. You know, the old niggas still in that trap mindset. And a lot of these motherfuckers ain't even gonna get down like that. Working 9 to 5s and shit like that, talking this nonsense like this. But my problem, you know, you got a kid, you know, Gucci is 42, man. Gucci's 42, according to Google. Gucci's 42, Boosie's 39. This could be wrong, like I said, according to Google. And Youngboy is 22. Now, Youngboy is a man like, you know, the rest of them, but, you know, there's certain phases of life. There's a lot of growth that happens in life. And, you know, you're not the same person that you are at 22 that you are at 30. And you're not going to be the same man you were at 40 that you were at 30. I'm 33. And these are things that should be understood by guys who are 40 years old, and Gucci and Boosie. So they should be able to understand these things and at the most just say, hey, I'm not going to engage the young dude. He's been going through it. He's got mental issues. He's snapping out at everybody. He got a lot going on. I'm going to let him have that. Sorry, I accidentally cut out. But it's like Boosie was doing that for the most part. You know, but he shouldn't have gave him no type of bars. With Gucci, you know, releasing a whole diss track, it's just showing more. It's like you still got that child in him. How are these men going to be examples? A lot of these men are going to be examples to, you know, the youth when they can't even do the simple shit like this, man. And understand, you know, a young nigga. Understand where he coming from. NBA Youngboy's not going to be the same person he is at 22 when he hits 30. And they should be able to understand that. But they don't. Because they still have certain qualities of a child in their own mind. They don't understand. They still have, you know, the mental barriers. You know, Gucci does shit he does. That's why Boosie says some of the stuff he says. And they're talking about, you know, they have had his son getting his dick sucked by at 14 and stuff like that. I mean, you raise your kid how you want to, but come on, bruh. Every action has a reaction. Everything has consequences to it, man. You know, you can do what we want, but, you know, there's consequences for the things that we do. But they should be able to understand this as OGs in the game, man. But, you know, it's just a terrible example, man. Instead, they put out a diss track, and then all the blogs jumping on it, and, you know, and making a big spectacle about it, and, you know, totally skipping this part, man. They got to be able to guide this young dude, and, you know, if he's gonna, you know, be this way, just let him have it. See where he's at, man, in about 8 years, man, when he hits 30. He's gonna go through a lot of changes mentally. If he, God forbid anything happened to him through all this nonsense that's going on right now, he's able to see 30 or whatnot, he's gonna go through a lot of changes. and so forth. And even at 40, even if it's not fully, even if he still has a little ignorance in him, it's going to be some changes. It's going to be growth. And so they should be able to recognize that, man. And this, and coming back with diss songs and all the stuff, all the little entertainment shit for, hits and views and all this stuff, vlogs to be going back and forth. That shit ain't it, man. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Give me your thoughts on this, man. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll holler at y'all later.